I tried Ishowspeed's brutal diet for a day and you won't believe the results.
This video is to say that Speed is an idiot. He's a moron. Speed can run very fast, but he doesn't know how to lose weight very quickly. Coach Greg, and in today's video, we're going to be critiquing Ishowspeed's knowledge, or how do I put it, lack of knowledge. Better put, we're going to be critiquing Ishowspeed's lack of knowledge when it comes to losing weight. We're going to see what Fousey has to say about this. Many people said, Coach Greg, do a natty or not. Look, I think that Fousey is natural. I hope that he's natural. Does it guarantee he's natural? Of course not. But Fousey knows way more about dieting than Ishowspeed, who demonstrated he knows nothing.
It's so easy to lose weight, bro. I know there's probably people in the chat. I'm probably like, bro, like, I want to lose this weight. Like, I want to get this weight off me. Listen to me, okay?
I'm listening.
Avoid eating these food.
All right. And so we're going to learn which foods should we avoid in order to lose weight. All right. Let's hear it.
Bread, potatoes, fruits that has a lot of carbs in it. Peanut butter. Don't eat peanut butter.
What?
Wait. Don't eat banana.
What?
Don't eat any like carbs. Don't eat any food that's high in carbs.
Okay, this video isn't to diss Speed, but it is to break down the misconception that a lot of people have that carbs are the enemy.
Why can't we just say this video is to diss Speed? Like, let's be honest, this video is to say that Speed is an idiot. He's a moron. Speed may know how to run very quickly, but he doesn't know how to lose weight. First, bread. Well, let's see what Fousey has to say about it.
It is to break down the misconception that a lot of people have that carbs are the enemy.
Are carbs the enemy? It's calories. Calories in, calories out. Carbs have 4 calories per gram, fat has 9. And so if anything, if there were an enemy, it would be fat. But remember, no macro is our enemy, so for alcohol. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram. It's a carcinogen. It's going to make it harder for you to build muscle. It's going to make you harder to stick to your diet. You're going to reduce your ability to avoid eating those foods, those delicious, tasty treats, you know, Friday night, 3 in the morning when you get home from the bar. And so it's just going to lead to making poor decisions.
Bread is totally fine.
First things, bread. Now, for some people, I do think it's a good idea to limit your bread intake. If you go to a restaurant, they bring out the bread. They always put the bread on the table, and it's loaded in butter and oils. There's going to be a ton of calories. And remember, it is calories in, calories out. But to just say don't have any bread, this is moronic. And so, for example, anabolic French toast, one of the main ingredients is bread. Bread and egg whites is predominantly that, and you can eat that every single day and lose weight. Another recipe. Peanut butter and low-calorie jam sandwich. Put it on some bread. Peanut butter is in my cookbook. It's got 1/4 the calories of peanut butter. It's got 4 times more protein. Add in some low-calorie jam and you have a delicious snack. High in protein, low in calories. And so bread is not the enemy. But he does have a point. If you eat bread and load it up with butter, that can be a problem.
Potatoes are actually one of the most satiating foods on the planet. That means when you eat them, you're left feeling full and not craving more like you do when you eat fast food.
Fousey has it bang on. I did not know he knew this kind of data. Potatoes, the reason it's filling is it's because it's lower on the glycemic index. It is more satiating. It stays with you longer. It's got a lot of water, a lot of volume, a lot of fiber. And so if you are trying to diet, my recommendation would be to switch from, for example, having pasta, switch that for rice. And if that isn't working, go from eating rice to potatoes. Potatoes are more satiating than rice. Rice more satiating than pasta. And so on the hierarchy of carbs, which ones you should eat, potatoes are right up there. And remember, it is in fact a vegetable. Any vegetable, I don't care which one, is good for you, and it's going to be low in calories and more satiating than, for example, eating chips, pastries, cakes, and so on.
Fruit, I personally can't get enough fruit in my day. Fruit is full of fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants.
And fruit. It's very low in calories. If there's 2 food groups that you want to eat a lot of when you're on a diet, absolutely, one of them is going to be fruits and the other is going to be vegetables. These 2 are going to be so filling, satiating, high in fiber, high in water, that it's going to prevent you from overeating. Has anyone ever gotten fat from eating strawberries, blueberries, bananas, and so on? they're so low in calories and you have to eat so much of it. I'm talking about multiple pounds, multiple kilograms, that essentially you can just keep eating these items and you're never going to get fat. It would be very, very difficult for a single person to eat so many fruits and vegetables that they actually gain fat from it. And so, if anything, if you're on a diet, you want to add in more fruits and vegetables and cut everything else out. And so, if anything, please increase the fruits and vegetables in your diet and reduce things from other sources.
Peanut butter is a calorie-dense, healthy fat source. So you still need fat in your diet when you're trying to lose weight. And personally for me, peanut butter is a perfect way to hit my fat max.
Immediately no. And so Fuzi, he's trying, he's new to this. Peanut butter is one of the worst things you could ever eat when you're on a diet. And so if there was one food that I would say to get out of your pantry, to put it in the garbage and not buy it again, it's likely going to be peanut butter. The calories in peanut butter are through the roof. And when's the last time you only had 1 tablespoon? You put a spoon in there and you had it, a heaping spoon, had tons of calories. And then you went back for another. And another, and before you knew it, the entire jar was gone. And so does that mean I don't recommend you have any fat in your diet? Absolutely not. My favorite, by far, in fact, is guacamole. I love avocados. I love guacamole. I dip almost all my food in it. And so that allows me to get some healthy fats. Other fatty fishes that include in my diet, salmon, trout, halibut. And so fats you get from fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. And so I highly recommend those. Of course, if you're eating some steak, I recommend you eat leaner cuts of steak. For example, filet mignon. I eat that almost every single day. There's not a lot of fat, but there's some. And remember, fat's 9 calories per gram. And so I am trying to keep my fats a little bit lower than the rest while keeping macros, proteins very, very high.
Cutting out all carbs might make the scale drop fast, but that's just through water weight and glycogen.
Exactly. When you drop carbs, it's known as a keto diet. Ketogenic diet. It's lowering carbs, and carbs are what forms glycogen. For every 1 gram of carb, your body stores approximately 4 grams of water. And so what happens is when you drop carbs from your diet, you lose a lot of water. But the water, it's within the muscle. And so your muscles, they get flatter, they get more stringy, and they have a less full appearance. Now, the number on the scale might go down, but it's only because you're now dehydrated. And with dehydration, makes it more difficult to lift weights, to do your cardio. And although you probably will fit into those skinny jeans a little bit easier, everything in your life is going to get shittier. For perhaps 5% of the population, they do enjoy a ketogenic diet. So if you do enjoy it, hey, keep going. But for most people, it's not going to be beneficial.
Instead of cutting out food groups, build a system for yourself that works long term. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to say carbs are not the enemy.
Bro spitting bars. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to say that there is no way that Mike Isertel could ever diet on cereal and Gatorade. Don't just follow some guy's diet blindly thinking that, oh, they know what they're doing. Follow the diet that makes sense for you. And which diet is that? The one that you can follow. I can preach at you till I'm blue in the face that this is the best diet in the world. The Circle Diet, the book that I wrote, it's high in fiber, high in protein, and their foods taste better than last time. Wherever there's sugar, I put in artificial sweeteners. You can hate me for it. You can not believe that it works. If you don't believe in drinking diet pop and you drink regular pop and you want to drink water, by all means. But the diet that you're going to stick to is the diet that you're going to enjoy. Your willpower can only last so long. And so if you really want to lose weight and keep it off, ensure that the diet you follow is one that you love while allowing it to be low in calories and making it easier for you to stick to it. If you don't think you can do that diet for life, it isn't the diet for you.
No food is the enemy if you use it the right way. Comment down below what you think. Are carbs the enemy? And if they're not, what is your favorite carb source in your diet?
Honestly, my favorite carb sources in my diet are popcorn, rice, potatoes, bread. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously, I eat a bunch of different things, but those are the most common. I do think that if you are trying to diet, it's important to prioritize protein. Lean choices of protein, for example, chicken breasts, and you get your fish and your leaner cuts of steak. And also dairy. A lot of people are scared of dairy, but there's a lot of Greek yogurts that are very high in protein, low in calories, low in fat. And so don't be afraid of that. Cottage cheese. In my cookbook, there are so many delicious recipes that are high in protein. And so if you're interested in this, code Greg 15% off. Hey, maybe I'm just an old man, 50 years old, and I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe Ishowspeed can show us the way. And so let's see what Ishowspeed's diet is all about. I mean, bro does look pretty good. He is leaner than last time. He's fairly lean. He's put on a ton of muscle. And so how does Ishowspeed eat in order to stay so lean? He must follow a healthy diet, right?
I tried Ishowspeed's brutal diet for a day and you won't believe the results. Usually for breakfast I'd have something healthy like some grilled chicken, but I couldn't because Ishowspeed actually likes to have some cereal for breakfast. So I grabbed some Lucky Charms and it was pretty good.
And so Ishowspeed says, avoid bread, have cereal instead. And so he starts off his day with cereal. Now, if I had to have one thing on the list to avoid, aside from peanut butter, it's going to be cereal. Cereal is horrendous. It's notorious for allowing people to binge. When I open a box of cereal, essentially, I then throw it out. There is no having it tomorrow. Don't have cereal. Get rid of the cereal and get rid of the peanut butter, chips, and like pretzels and shit. Switch everything from like regular calorie stuff to the light version, like my light calorie jam. Ice cream, go to Greek yogurt, frozen Greek yogurt. Anything that's high in milk fat, just have skim. I'm looking in my pantry, like if you just ate like me, none of you'd be fat. None. There'd be zero of you fat. Sorry. I don't think anyone would be fat if you ate like me, but not everyone has a private chef like I do. I know I'm spoiled and so on. And I understand that some people are born with more fat cells, or maybe they did the crazy bulk like Mike Isertel, and they've got 20 pounds of body water to lose. And if you don't want to perform surgery, probably costs $30,000. And so here's what you can do. You go to AlgarX, you heard of that place, I'm part owner of this, right? And they sell something known as a GLP-1. For example, Ozempic. Everyone's heard of Ozempic, but have you heard of terzipatide? You go there, you buy either or. Either or. Now, they don't have retatrutide. Why? Because it's an experimental drug. It's not approved. These are doctor-prescribed drugs that they will prescribe you. It's pharmaceutical. And so you go and you click the link in the description, use code Greg for 10% off, and it's actually very, very cheap. You're thinking it costs a lot of money. You'll be shocked. And if you don't believe me, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to Merrick Health, and I want you to go see their prices first. See how much it costs, and then compare it to AlgarX. And when you see it's about half price, you can thank me later. So instead of buying my protein, just buy my Turk Builder. This is going to get you more jacked than last time, and I know you already know this, so just go and buy the Turk Builder and get glue lobstered. In our household, the safe word is harder, and in our household, her preference is often. And for those of you who should be inclined, I also recommend Sweetened Blow. You might have heard of Sweet and Low, which is amazing, but you can also get Sweet and Blow. And it's a formula especially formulated for him. And so Mike and Jeff Nippa, remember, you don't need to take each other's picture, but you can use this to satisfy each other while you're doing that circle jerk.
Then I went to the football facility for a workout, which was great because I had a sugar rush from the cereal. Then I had a crazy sugar crash and was just super tired. Thankfully, it was lunchtime. Ishowspeed likes to have some grilled chicken with bread. This food was decently healthy.
With bread. And so don't listen to what he does. And so does Ishowspeed practice what he preaches? Cut out bread. Meanwhile, for lunch, he has bread, and for breakfast, he has cereal.
And for dinner, I usually eat something pretty healthy, like some fruit, pasta, and grilled chicken. But for Ishowspeed's dinner, he usually has some fast food.
And so instead of having, fruit and whatnot, he ate what Ishowspeed eats, which is fast food. If there's something to cut out, it's fast food.
I ordered some Wingstop and got a sandwich with some wings.
A sandwich with some wings. Sandwich counts as having bread. Now, you can debate whether a hot dog is a sandwich or not, of which I listened to a 15-minute video yesterday, ChatGPT, arguing with bro about if it was a sandwich or not. A hot dog is not a sandwich. Let's just cut it at that. Also, there's natural ways to reduce your appetite. You can get GLP Max. It's natural. It's from HDLT. I'm not sure if you're aware of all the innovations in Harder Than Last Time. It's not just Turk Builder Max and Turk Platinum. We've got the GLP Max, the GO2 Max. This is for improved cardio. And we have G-Test Platinum and G-Focus. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So if you want to wake up, if you want to go to bed, if you want to have a good time in the boudoir, we got you covered. And so you click the link in the description. I know it sounds complicated. Just go and find it and click it. And then when you get to the website, you scroll through the various things and you put perhaps 3 or 4 items in your cart. And then you enter code Greg to save yourself 15% off. And then you enjoy a few days later. That's what it's all about. And so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned a little bit about how to lose weight and keep it off and all that good stuff. Don't forget to pair it with 150 minutes of Zone 2 cardio a week. And until next time, subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like, and watch both of those 2 videos, like this video, buy the cookbook, get a freaking Seco bar by using code Seco. It's only going to cost you $20. It's half price if you use code Seco. And then next time, I'll be out.